job, girls. Hey everybody, with Christmas coming upon us quickly, I thought I'd share some of the fun activities and games I'm doing in my classroom to celebrate the holiday and just keep stations going fun. You know my policy on learn through play and how I do it every single day in my classroom. So I want to share with you some of the station activities that I'm using from some teacher pay teacher friends of mine and then some ideas that I came up with on my own. So let's take a look. Okay, so some of the things that I'm using in my centers this week are from Kim Adsit. You know how much I love her items and her things on Teachers Pay Teachers. So these are from a mix of different packs. So you need to go on and search just Kim Adsit Christmas, Kim Adsit Santa, Kim Adsit Rudolph, Kim Adsit Christmas trees. There's a ton. There really is. There's a ton of stuff there. Some of my favorite things that are in there, she has made a ton of books that she's written little books for on sequencing. Step-by-step things to do over the holidays. So we're working on this one. Timber, how to cut down a Christmas tree, how to find a Christmas tree. And then this one that are steps to make a gingerbread house. Perfect for meeting those standards of putting the events in order and recalling things from text. And so we're really working on the standards with these books in my small group center over here at my table. And there's sheets to go along with them for the kids to recall their events and put the steps in order and talk about it. It's a great way to spark conversation about things that some kids might not ever have the chance to do. Not a lot of people go out and cut down a tree. Not a lot of people build gingerbread houses. So two great things here. Another thing from there are some math games. I'm using these in my math centers. Some very easy things to use with Unifix cubes, and it's a more and less game. We're working on comparing numbers, higher than, lower than. It's a spinner game. They spin a number. Well, first you use this board. There's two colors of Unifix cubes. They roll a dice. They put that many of their Unifix cubes down on the board, and then you keep going back and forth with your partner until the board is full. Then you spin the spinner, and you decide who has more or less on the board. Then the spinner is used because more doesn't always win. Wherever the spinner lands, if it lands on more, that person wins the game. If it lands on the person that has less cubes on the board, that person wins the game, and then you get to play again. So fun little Unifix cube game, working on numbers, working on counting, more than, greater than, less than, all that. Super great game. This one I'm excited about. I've got this in one of my reading centers. It could be reading or math though, because you're counting too, but we're working on building your name, and it's how long is your name, and they're comparing their name to some holiday words like candle and Santa and ornament and things like that, and they're comparing the length of their name with Unifix cubes to the lengths of these words. And so they're working on building names, putting letters in order, reading words, and then also measuring, because then they're going to talk about their name is longer than, shorter than, or equal to. So incorporate tons of standards into one little center. And then this one I'm excited about. My kids love making books in centers, and I love seeing them put books together. So in our WordWorks center, we are cutting apart sentences and gluing them together into this book that Kim put together called What Shape is Santa? So the kids are going to get a book, and they're going to get these little cards here with all the sentences and the shapes, and then they have to glue them down on the bottom of the page and put their shape on there, and then they'll be able to read their story together. So those are just a few centers from Kim's Christmas packs. Again, search for Kim Adsit Christmas, Rudolph, Santa, Christmas trees. It's all kind of from a mix of those things. Great activities. Kim Adsit on Teachers Pay Teachers. Those are some of my centers for this week. Very easy ones to create too. So I'm not giving you stuff that's going to take you tons of prep time. This is kind of stuff that you can get ready real quick and using those Christmas centers over the next week and a half, whatever you have left. Also, Greg Smedley Warren, my friend from the Kindergarten Smorgasbord, put up a pack the other day called Holly Jolly Christmas or Holly Jolly Holiday. It was one of his very first packs that he ever created, but it's awesome. So if you get the chance to check that out, Kindergarten Smorgasbord, Holly Jolly Christmas, full of literacy and math activities that are great for the holiday. It has a lot of ornaments, Christmas gift. There's greater than, less than things in there too that we're working on right now. So it's a fun pack with some really cool games in it. One very quick, easy center that you can incorporate if you have it. I mentioned in an Instagram post last week that I love playing board games and card games with my kids. And Spot It is one of our favorite games in the classroom. We've got Spot It, shapes, numbers, letters, colors, all kinds of stuff. But they are very excited. I'm putting out Spot It Frozen Edition, and it's frozen alphabets, so looking for characters but also ABCs. So that's going in one of my reading stations for them to play when they finish their have to. But Spot It's one of those games that can be played over and over and over again, and the best thing is the game never changes, just the card, the the theme or the category changes. The game's still the same, so they already know how to play it, and they're very excited about playing this. Who doesn't love a good Frozen game? So that's an easy one to incorporate as well. This game is a game that I just put together with a couple items that I picked up at Dollar Tree on a whim. My son Lane and I were there to pick up some poster board and things that I needed, and I found these things. He saw these by the front door. They're just long, like plastic candy canes, and then I found these wreaths, and I thought there's got to be a game that we can make using this. So we're going to turn this into a really cool movement game where the kids are up and moving around, and a number game. So I'm going to make some big dice with these clear dice that you could write on with a dry erase marker, or there's little pockets that you can put in. I got these from, it's a Carson DeLosa thing I got years ago. But we're going to make dice for numbers that we're working on right now. Numbers 11 to 20 is what we're really focusing on. So I'm going to make some dice with that, and then the kids are going to split up into teams. There's going to be a green team and a red team within the station center. And on their team, somebody's going to be holding the wreaths, and somebody's going to be holding the candy cane. They're going to roll that die, and then they're going to see what the number is, have to read it, and then they get that many turns to try to toss the wreath onto the candy cane across the room. So it's a very, very fun game. They're reading numbers, but it's also just counting too, because they have to count the turns they're taking, and it's just letting them play. Like these kids, we're at the time of the year where they're getting kind of antsy and squirrely, and they want to be outside, and it's Christmas, and you know how it goes in December for teachers. So this is a fun way to get them moving and having fun, and working on things as well. So I was gonna have my kids show you that real quick, and you can kind of see what it looks like. So I've got Landon and Olivia here in the classroom with me, and they were going to show you how this game works. So every team will get 3 wreaths. They'll get 3 chances to try to, or so many turns based on the roll of the die to get all 3 rings on their candy canes. So we just wanted to show you what it kind of looks like. All right, you ready, guys? All right, yep. Try to toss it like a Frisbee on there. He can move it to try to catch it.
Don't move it when I'm trying to do it.
Woo! Yes! Yeah! Good job.
Okay.
Okay, so very, very simple game to use. Very simple game to create. That cost me, what, like $6? 3... No, sorry, $8. 6 wreaths and 2 candy canes. Very fun game to play with in your classroom. Great for a Christmas party too. So we're going to use it in stations, and then I'll probably throw it at my Christmas party as well. So there are just a few quick station ideas, games, craftivities, all kinds of stuff that you can do with your class as we're winding down to the holiday break. Enjoy that stuff. Like I said, most of it is very little to no prep items from Kim and Greg that you can use, and then that little game back there that you saw, that's easy to pick up at the Dollar Tree. So check those things out. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week.
Don't move it when I'm trying to do it.
Woo! Yeah! Good job.